Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 21st. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing 10:30 in the morning, Mondays through Fridays. Well, the former director of nuclear energy programs at Oak Ridge National Laboratory has now been arrested by federal officers. Andrew Worrell is facing several charges, including sex trafficking of a child. According to the complaint filed in federal court, an 18-year-old sent an email to ORNL with screenshots of conversations between her and Worrell while telling him she was 16. Investigators then found multiple Snapchat conversations connected to Worrell with other people who were confirmed to be underage. Worrell no longer works for ORNL. We're going to continue to follow this case as it develops. And new details this morning, 7 people who were indicted in connection to the death of Elijah Isbell appeared in court yesterday for an arraignment. Isbell died in Monroe County custody in February, sparking an investigation by the district attorney. Originally, the Knox County Regional Forensic Center ruled Isbell's death as accidental, saying he had several existing health conditions prior to being taken into custody. However, the Forensic Center later updated its findings, ruling Isbell's death a homicide. All 7 people charged in the case are scheduled for a status hearing in February. And 3 people are now facing a number of charges after dozens of guns were found in a home in Jellicoe. The Campbell County Sheriff's Office says investigators went undercover documenting complaints in order to obtain a search warrant. And during the search, investigators say they found money in 39 guns, leading to the arrests of Luke Williams, Matthew Cobb, and Nefertaria Williams. All 3 are facing several weapon and drug charges. Tonight, a public forum is going to be held regarding the plea deal in the baby Elena abuse and murder case in Bell County, Kentucky. Harvey Gallahan accepted a plea deal for his part in the murder of 17-month-old Elena Hembry. The public has been upset, asking the state to take this case to trial. And now the Commonwealth Attorney Michael Taylor wants to hear from you. He's inviting you out to the Middlesboro Community Center so you can ask him about the case and how they reached that plea agreement. In the announcement, the attorney stated he agrees the public has the right to know why and what went into this plea agreement. Once again, the forum is tonight at 7 in the Middlesboro Community Center in Kentucky. Anyone can attend to ask questions. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office mourning the loss of a retired K-9 officer. JCSO says K-9 Nitro died suddenly on Monday. They say Nitro served with the Sheriff's Office from 2019 to 2024, responding to more than 300 calls, including bomb threats, firearm recovery, and sweeps of large events across East Tennessee. And a week celebrating Oak Ridge's legacy and leadership in nuclear science kicked off yesterday. It all comes as several nuclear companies have announced they're investing billions to bring business to East Tennessee. Over the next decade, tens of thousands of new jobs are expected. Nearly 15,000 are projected for construction of those new sites alone. Now, the Secret City is preparing the next generation of workers to fill the growing demand.
There's more industrial development in nuclear happening in this region and this footprint than really anywhere else in the country. These facilities that are coming in are going to be operating for another 70 plus years. Those students in middle school right now and elementary school are those workers.
Today is Workforce Development Day. There's going to be a career fair at Roane State Community College from 4 to 7 with a mix of skilled technical jobs and non-degree jobs. We've got a full list of the activities being offered for free this week in your WVLT News App. And some good news, today is expected to be the best day in East Tennessee for leaves changing to fall colors. That means you should expect some heavier traffic in those areas where people like to drive around and look at the changing leaves. That includes the Cherahela Skyway. Officials say the best color from Knoxville to North Carolina state line is happening this year between the 14th and the 28th. Those colors are supposed to peak today. From Knoxville to Nashville, the leaves should turn from today to November 4th, peaking around October 28th. State officials say the rest of the state peaks around November 4th to the 11th.
And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Sydney Sullivan.
Yeah, I was driving through the mountains just a couple of days ago, and the colors absolutely beautiful. And it's really the weather pattern that we're getting into that is really going to help them pop for those final few days as we go into the peak of fall foliage. Now, looking at the big picture right now, you can see it's a beautiful day here in Gatlinburg, perfect for leaf peeping here. But you'll notice on and off throughout the day, there will be a chance for a little bit more cloud cover working on in, and that will also come with a small chance for a few passing showers. Now, our temperatures are going to still get into the upper 60s, although this may feel a little bit cool compared to where we've been lately. This is actually fairly seasonable for the time being. But as we go throughout today, we are going to see a cold front eventually bring us a few spotty showers, but it's really following the cold front when we actually start to see those changes. What's unique about this system is it's really not going to bring us a lot of rain. It's more of a dry cold front for most of us, but following it, as that breeze begins to pick on up, it helps to work in that colder air the next couple of mornings. Now, there is that potential for seeing frost. In particular, it's looking likely that Thursday could be that day, but that's going to be very dependent on how windy it is. More wind, less frost potential. So we'll watch it closely. Nonetheless, we're still looking at temperatures bottoming out in the upper 30s to the lower 40s the next couple of days. So keep that in mind as you're heading out the door. Maybe pack a few extra layers. So as we go throughout midday and into the early afternoon, that front itself eventually swinging across our region, bringing with it a few of those isolated showers, but then we're quickly clearing things out. I would say by 4 or 5 o'clock, already starting to see some improvements, maybe even some more blue skies working into the forecast. And then that'll set us up for a wonderful fall-like stretch of weather the next couple of days. We've got lots of sunshine, cool and crisp mornings, but comfortable afternoons. Heading on into the weekend, though, we start to see some changes. A little bit more cloud cover starts to work on in, and then keeping a chance of rain in the forecast due to all that moisture off towards our southwest and west. Potentially could get closer to our area as we move into early next week, but still some uncertainty with overall coverage and timing. We'll keep you posted. As of right now, just tracking a few spotty showers throughout the afternoon, clearing on out and cooling down the next couple of mornings with lots of sunshine to follow, and then watching for that potential of seeing a little bit of rainfall moving into the forecast next week. Whitney?
All right, Sydney, thank you so much. The current government shutdown is now tied as the second longest in history, stretching into day 21. There's no end in sight. The Senate met again last night to vote for the 11th time with no luck. The parties are at odds as Democrats push for negotiations over health care tax credits to be included in a funding measure. Speaker Mike Johnson says he would bring the House back into session if the Senate passes a bill to pay federal employees and military service members who have continued to work during the shutdown. And for the first time, the Tennessee Department of Human Services is confirming SNAP benefits will be unavailable in November if the government shutdown continues. Other states also say they were notified they will not have benefits in November. Of course, in days ahead, we'll keep track of SNAP and find alternatives for those of you who may have to do without. WVLT is proud to be your official station of the Vols. Right now, all eyes are on Tennessee baseball as we wait for a decision from Tony Vitello with the future of the Vols. Vitello is currently the front runner to become the manager of the San Francisco Giants. That's according to a report from The Athletic on Saturday. But he has not accepted the job yet. We do know he was on campus for the team's scrimmage yesterday. That's according to a spokesperson for the university. Vitello has seen a lot of success here at Tennessee, including a national championship in 2024. And as of right now, no deal has been signed by Vitello and the Giants, and there's no official announcement. We've been following this story since the report came out. We'll let you know as soon as a decision is made, right here online and in your WVLT News app. Well, another rivalry week for the 17th ranked Tennessee football team. The Vols preparing for a road trip to Kentucky. The Wildcats are winless in SEC play, but they came close against Ole Miss earlier in the year and took Texas in overtime this past Saturday. Tennessee has dominated Kentucky for the past 4 decades. Kickoff is 7:45 Saturday night in Lexington. And a huge crowd gathered at the convention center to honor Vols basketball coach Rick Barnes. He was honored last night at the Emerald Youth Foundation's 17th annual Legacy Dinner. Coach Barnes is the most decorated and accomplished head coach in UT basketball history. He also plays an active role in supporting the Emerald Youth Foundation. He says Emerald Youth reminds him of his childhood, where he had people much like Emerald Youth staff and volunteers at a time when he needed it the most. Today, the Knox County Health Department giving out free flu shots for the state's Fight Flu Tennessee Day. There's 4 different locations you can visit: the County Health Department, Fish Hospitality Pantries, the Public Safety Complex, and Lonsdale Elementary. We've got the addresses and the times in the As Seen On section of the WVLT News app. The clinics are open to everyone. You don't need an appointment. And Dogwood Arts is working to keep Knoxville blooming with the start of its yearly Bazillion Blooms campaign. Dogwood Arts sells dogwood trees through the program, hoping to get them planted all around East Tennessee. You can get them in white or pink blooms, either directly through Dogwood Arts or at Ellenberg Landscaping and Nursery, Mayo Garden Centers, and Stanley's Greenhouse. Since 2009, more than 18,000 dogwood trees have been planted through the Bazillion Blooms program. And Kroger's doing a drug take-back day Saturday across Tennessee. It's a chance to throw out any unused or expired prescriptions or medications. Police officers will be in front of stores taking pills, gels, and patches, but not needles. The event is from 10 until 2. There's 2 stores taking part in East Tennessee: the Kroger in Pigeon Forge on Wares Valley Road and the Kroger in Harriman on Roan State Highway.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
Every day leading up to our country's big 250th birthday, we're taking a look back at significant events each day in history. And on this day, October 21st, 1797, the USS Constitution was launched in Boston Harbor. The ship was originally commissioned to fight Barbary pirates off the coast of Tripoli. During the War of 1812, the Constitution was dubbed with its iconic nickname, Old Ironsides, after a fight with a British ship off the coast of Nova Scotia. Witnesses say the British cannonballs just bounced off the Constitution's sides like it was built of iron. Today, the Constitution is one of the world's oldest commissioned warship afloat. It serves as a museum and a training ship. It's stationed in Boston Harbor to this day. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and on WVLT's social media pages. We'll have your top headlines at noon.